So I'm gonna probably move for the last 3/4 of an hour. I can't believe I haven't caught from here. Up here earlier, I honest to God thought I was going to get a monster. I'm coming back up here and I'm going to sort it properly. I'm just going to move to the next spot, but I'm not going to film it because I don't want to show where it is. As I said, I did make a promise. It's not like me to do that, but you know, it's just respectful, isn't it? So I'll motor out of here. A little bit of B-roll on the way out, just a short trip up to maybe the bridge and a little bit further, just so you get to see. And then you'll see me at anchor at the last spot that I pre-baited this day, today, but the first half of this video that was shown probably last week. Oh God, I can't believe I've said that, but yeah, I think you get the message. So I'm going to turn everything off, then I'll suddenly appear, in theory, at the little spot that I pre-baited earlier. So I'll get the last 3/4 of an hour in there. Okie dokie, wish me luck, and hope I don't crash into anything, because I am going backwards, so we'll see, won't we? Roach, or maybe a skimmer or something, I'm not too sure. It might be a perch, actually. Let's have a look. River Thames roach. Lovely. Right then, okay, last move. This was coming back from the secret spot, I suppose you'd call it, really, but I've got 35 minutes, 40 minutes worth of recording on this, so when that dies, that's the end of that. We'll be left with a little bit of head cam footage. So yeah, let's see what happens. This is the spot I lost a decent fish last trip, so let's see. No tangles, who knows? I don't want to be too close to the weeds there. It's horrible. There's lots and lots of cabbage weed there, so it's really nasty. Also, I'm going to be spinning around probably because of the wind, so I need to work out where I'm going to put my anchor for this bit. Oh, it'd be good to get back to the wagon, to be honest with you. I'm absolutely done. But at the moment, it's sitting okay, the boat, so I'm not going to complain at the moment. Fingers crossed, huh? Fingers crossed. Last Chance Saloon and all that, you know? Yeah, I'm going to have to hold the rod. So I'm getting blown round like I don't know what. Yeah, I may anchor from the other side. Let's see. I will be getting another anchor at some point, so I shouldn't have this too much of a problem next time. It's a pain though. Well, you saw where I cast, didn't you? So you know where I'm casting to. So the times that we're not facing that way, then it's a different view, isn't it? Just a bonus. Just means I've got to do a lot more reeling constantly. Yeah, it's really blowing. Oh, in fact, it's just blown me off the mark. I've completely gone off the mark. So that's okay. If I let a bit more line out quick. sometimes if you let a load of line out, it changes the angle of the anchor line, so it's a less steep, so it's not like that, it's like that, so it tends to drag the anchor in a little bit better. So let's see how that holds. Okay, let's see. Come on, fishies. Let's have a carp or a barbel, something like that. That will do nicely. Nothing too big. I'm not greedy. I'm not greedy. I just want to catch a really nice barbel or carp so that I can put it up on the tile, the thumbnail for the channel. So it just looks really nice, you know, and then people see that you've had a productive day. You got the slipway there, that's where I came from, and you got the parking there, so it's right next to it, literally back to the free fishing spot. That's where I was at the first part of this video, so yeah, the first half of, I don't know, what would you call it? Part one of the day, there you go. Part one of the day was just under these trees over here, so tucked in that corner there, but I was spinning round and I was in the trees. One minute I was facing that way, the next I was facing that way, and I really couldn't get it to settle properly, so that was a bit difficult. And all this used to be sandbar, used to be, well, in conditions like today, it would be about 1.5 foot, 2 foot deep here, maximum, 1.5 foot. Huge, great sandbar, but it's not non-existent. The sandbar's still here, I can see in the colour of the water, but it's just quite deep now. So yeah, things have changed, really changed since I fished the River Thames. It's been, like I say, 4 or 5 years since I've properly fished it, so things have changed quite a lot. I had a lot going on though the last 4 or 5 years. I've had all sorts of problems. I've broken my leg, my ankle, my foot twice, literally all in the same day. Well, I broke my leg, my ankle and my foot one day walking out of my mate's house at Christmas, and then I broke my leg, my ankle and my foot while I was filming at a wedding. Imagine that. That wasn't so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, hello Auntie Rose. Haven't said hello yet, have I, on YouTube? Oh, got the wind up my chuff. It's blowing me back to where I started. So now my ankle line's going to be all loose, yeah. Not wrong. This is around the motor at the moment, so I must remember that. It does tend to get tangled up around there sometimes. So don't use the motor until I've untangled it. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of hard work, this one, so we'll deal with it though. I can say hard work, I mean, how hard is it to do that? Oh, hang on a minute. Let a bit of line out. That's it, that's all I'm doing really, isn't it? It's not exactly hard work, so. Do you know, it is hard work. Just trying to keep in contact with everything. So before the battery and everything runs out, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, the notification bell. It's greatly helps my channel, really, and it's greatly appreciated as well. So really helps just dropping that like. Subscribe, notifications, you know the score. You know the score. If you want to see more, there's be plenty more of this coming up. So I think I've got 4 or 5 videos in stock at the moment from this trip. Posted one last night, so 29th of August or something like that, maybe 30th of August 24. So I posted that one, and then I've got to edit another one, which is going to take me a week because of it's in 4K and HDR and all the other stuff, and it's on a tablet, so it does take me a bit longer than a professional would do. Well, the Nab Tower one, deep sea fishing, took me 2 weeks roughly to edit, and it's only an hour's footage, I suppose, something like that, but you know, shown. I don't even think it was an hour long. It might have been, not sure actually, just over an hour maybe. But hold on, we're moving again. Yeah, so it takes me a long time to edit videos in the way that I want them to be edited, if you know what I mean. So if you like your barbel fishing, you're fishing in general, there's a really good channel, The Magic of Fishing. Lovely chap. He's I think he was from the Midlands or maybe Essex. I don't know. I'm not too sure, to be honest. We've only spoke a few times, but I had a look at his channel. It's absolutely brilliant. Bags up on the River Trent. He's very good, very good at what he does. So definitely worth checking out. We're going to meet up later, hopefully in September, have a couple of pints and a good chat. And I'm going to sort of explain a few places around the River Thames. He's just moved here, so he's at least I think that's correct, that he's just moved here. I might be wrong, he might have been here a little while and just discovered the river, I don't know, but very doubtful. He probably knew about the River Thames before that, but he saw my channel, saw my free fishing, and he's been, with a little bit of help from another couple of people, more local than me, he's been gathering as much information as possible, you know, so for fishing. So keep your eyes open for him, because once he gets his head around it, I'm sure he's going to be pretty good at what he does. Well, I know he's pretty good at what he does, so like I say, check him out. He's well worth a look. He's well worth a look. I'm actually looking forward to the pint. Pint and a chat, you can't beat that, can you? Oh, there's a boat. Is that going up the River Way? Yeah, that means I've got to recast, which isn't a good thing. Look, he's turned. That's a good thing. Oh, hello. Did I have a little nibble then? Did I have a little nibble then? Not sure. Getting myself at it, I think. Come on, I need a fish for you. I want you to see a fish. I've had a fish on the last episode, like the first half of this. Excuse me, I can't even remember what I've called it just then. The first half of this day in the last video, but I just want a nice shiny fish. I don't want a you know, sweaty bream, because I mean my landing net, look at the state of that. Look at that snot everywhere. It's absolutely revolting. Just slimy. They don't put up much of a fight, but they can save a blank, you know, so, which is obviously a good thing. So I'm just waiting for this bleep on this camera to go. In fact, if it runs out of power, it won't even bleep. As it's on a battery bank, it will just die and I won't know, and I'll be talking to myself for a while without knowing. I've done that before, so wow, it's going to leave me a lot of time to pack up, which is great. So it's going to be nice to be able to pack up. Oh, I won't have to charge anything either, because I had 11 things on charge last week. No, 3 weeks ago. It'll be the same again today, probably. Roughly 11 different batteries were being charged at the same time, just from one day's fishing and filming. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this camera, 1 in that camera, then I put the battery bank on, which was 7. The Bellyboat motor battery was 8. The controller, 9. God, what else is there? I don't know, there was 2 other batteries that so I've got a battery bank that I made myself, a little 20 amp hour thing in a sort of waterproof case, you know, with USB-Cs and PD charging and cigarette light socket on it and stuff, that type of thing. So I can charge a load of stuff off of that in one hit, and I can charge a load off my wagon, my camper van, and obviously you've got to plug into 240 volts to recharge this 60 amp hour 16.8 volt battery pack for the trolling motor that I've got. So I ended up, it was 11 things. Oh, my phone. Oh, and my tablet. When I read in my tablet, there was 11. I looked at it and I thought it was like a scene from blimmin' Star Trek or something. It was just batteries and flashing blue and green and yellow lights and all sorts of stuff. And that was till, I think it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that in the end. I finished packing away at 11 at night. because you've got to be back at the campsite by 10 or else it closes, so you end up sleeping outside the gate, which I'm not going to do. So I got back late that day. But today, oh wow, it's going to be 6:30 by the time. I'll pull up, unclip, well, reverse the wagon 20 metres, 25 metres, unclip everything, just throw it in the wagon, drive back to the campsite, have lunch, supper I should say, maybe a Guinness, might treat myself to a Guinness or two, and just slowly pack up. Oh gosh, I'm going to have half a night to just pack everything up, because that's the other thing, is when you go out for a day like this and you're in agony afterwards, then you got to pack up. It's not healthy for me. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that understand that. Some people won't understand it until it happens to them. Yeah, it can ruin what's normally a really good day, you know. You just feel, well, you're just destroyed. There's no other word for it. Put the kettle on. I wouldn't sit around waiting, or stand there waiting for the kettle to boil. I'd have to go and sit down somewhere, you know, just for that. So, but it's worth it. The pain, no gain. Oh gosh, yeah, no pain, no gain. I've heard that before as well. So, yeah. I will be down here again in about a month, 3 weeks, something like that. Do a load more filming, but I've also, the fishing should be a lot better, because we've just had such a hot summer, you know. These last 3 or 4 weeks have just been terrible, so they haven't helped anybody when it comes to fishing, the fishing side of things. So, I mean, you do get people pulling out fish and stuff like that, but they know where to cast exactly in these spots that I've never been to. I'm more about my free fishing side of things, where I've been, you know. But so these people, you know, they got it fine-tuned, haven't they? So it's like me, I can go to my local river, which would be Coltishall Mill, I suppose, Petworth. It's the River Rother. I can go in there and bag up. I know exactly when the fish are in the Weir. They're in the Weir for 6 days, 7 days maximum. The bream especially, get big shoals of bream there, catch loads on bread. Beautiful little tiny river it is, one of those really picturesque ones, you know. Go there, absolutely bag up. June the 16th, if you can get there early enough. Nowadays you've got to be there at 4 AM and wait. But you get a few hours, 4 or 5 hours I suppose, 3 or 4 hours of fishing there, then you might as well pack up and leave, because they just disappear by the afternoon. So these, you know, these local people, they know when a local gives you advice, take it. Even if they're stringing you along, just take it, you know. Just take it, because it's definitely worth doing. I did for that little spot we were at a while back over there. Okay, I had a bream, but I learnt a lot. I've learnt a lot. New spot. Definitely take lunch and meat next time. And on the way back out of there, I noticed where the chap said exactly. I think the sun was facing the opposite direction, so I could see through the water better as I was coming back. And it was like near a bridge. It was like, oh wow, yeah, I see the bit he means. The second bridge. So I'll be back there for sure. Wind's got me again, spinning around like a tot. No, I don't know, one of those things anyway. Look at that, facing the opposite direction almost. It's a nice barge. Well, imagine having a house like that and a barge like that. I mean, come on, do you think you got enough? Crikey. Blimey. Oh, chilly again. Typical England, isn't it? Sun goes behind the clouds and it shows its true colours. Oh, there's a parakeet. I don't know if you can see it. End branch just there. Little parakeet. Very non-English birds. Seems happy though. It's probably got a nest in the tree somewhere, in the hole in the tree, although this time of year maybe not so much. Singing his song. I hope you can see it. Hang on, where's the GoPro? I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Little parakeet just sat there. Talking about parakeets, not bird watching, it's fishing. Right, try again. Spin around. No, I cannot face her in the opposite direction. Okay. Oh. Just check how much I got left on the camera. It's going to be a shock. Can't see. Need my glasses. Okay. Literally 20 minutes left. Oh dear, 20 minutes left, is that all? Wow. People paddleboarding over there on the steps. This is the River Wye, by the way, up here. Just at the end of this part, this stretch here, is the first lock to the River Wye. So that goes into Guildford and Godalming. I think it stops at Godalming. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stretch. Spent lots of time on there over when I was younger with the family, you know, on boats and things. It's absolutely lovely up that way. Pardon the pun. Still mucking around with a reel, trying to keep in contact with my line. Slowly creeping up on it. Don't want to keep it tight, just, well, I don't want it too loose either, obviously, so there's a balance that you have to sort of find. Very, very sort of Australian type bird sound, isn't it? I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Let's take that off and I'll point it in the right direction. There we go. Right, parakeet. Oh gosh, this is going to be difficult. I think it's about there. Right there. Not very interesting, but would be to some people. So, why not? Never know, might pick up a couple of subscriptions from bird watchers. You never know. Come on, last 20 minutes. Last 20 minutes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Please, please, please. Come on, come on, come on. I need to catch a fish for you. Not for me, for you. Facing the right way this time. This is a bonus. I had a nibble. I had a nibble. There's a nibble. That's a nibble, that's a nibble, that's a nibble. There's something plucking at it. Plucking isn't good. It means it could be crabs, but like I said, I haven't had a mitten crab in years. I've never caught a crayfish on the Thames. I think they're in here. Pretty sure they're in here actually. I think that'd be the American, the signal crayfish. Came in and just basically killed everything. So killed all the other crays, our British ones, which are a lot smaller. Horrible things they are. Oh, I have a TikTok channel as well, just to let you know. That's out of the blue. I use it more of a meme, really, TikTok, because it's a terrible, terrible, terrible social media platform. It's just horrendous. It's horrendous. So I do use it as a bit of a meme, a little bit of an advert for myself as well for YouTube. But if you are interested in shorter form videos and stuff, then I do have a TikTok channel. It's the same, Mucker671. Yeah, have a look on that if you like. There's quite a few bits of my mates on board with deep sea fishing and stuff, and out in a bigger boat, and having a right laugh. We're in the belly boats. I do a little bit of just the clips of the day, really. I think most of it, you know. I am starting to do my freshwater fishing, free fishing park and good access videos, but really clipped and really shortened. So really, I mean, they're all right as a quick look, but I've only done about 3, I think, something like that so far, 2 or 3 of them. So, but if you're interested in that, Battlefield 1943, which obviously isn't around anymore, that the servers stopped a while back. I had to stop playing that because I had to put on some tablets that made me really wibbly for about a year, so I couldn't really play games properly. It was just terrible. My thumbs and everything just wouldn't work properly. So I was on some quite heavy painkillers at one point, and then in the end I stopped that. So, and then it stopped the servers. So it's a real old school game, shoot 'em up, you know, first person shooter type thing, but with planes and God knows what. But in its day it was brilliant. It was only really for the Xbox, I think. I don't even know if you could get it on the PlayStation, Xbox, maybe PC, I'm not sure. Lots of 3D drone flying, so I've done a lot of simulations and stuff with drones, so flying them upside down, literally upside down, inside out, back to front, dropping them through gaps, and they call it bando, 3D bando flying. So you turn the drone upside down and you can literally fly it upside down like that. It does your head in because everything's backwards, down's up, up's down when you're upside down, right's left and left's right. So it's hard to do, but good fun, just on a little Android tablet. Yeah, a few little bits and pieces, bit of Battlefield 4. Didn't bother with Battlefield 2024. No, Battlefield, what is it now? I can't even remember. I really don't care about that so much. It's a shame. It was hyped as one of the biggest games to come out for a long time, and when it came out it was completely broken, unusable. So so I didn't bother with that really. Do miss my Battlefield 1943, to be honest, if you're into gaming. So a few bits and pieces. They're a bit old now, the vids, I suppose, getting on a bit, but they're good. You know, some of it done to music and memed, so which is quite funny. Me flying around like an idiot. Right, I reckon that battery's going to run out in a minute. It's been about half hour or so now, so 3/4. Yeah, I don't know. It's been to the point where there's probably 5 minutes left on that battery. So what I'm thinking of doing is, yeah, hard. You know, it's right on the edge of that cabbage. I could just feel that cabbage weed then. Yeah, it's not actually cabbage weeds, that. See what I mean, though? If you cast any closer in, really, you're going to be in trouble with it. So you can stuff it in there, but you know, I don't have time to sit there for a day and a night to be able to make big mistakes like that and waste that much time, you know. So let's get this paste on quick before this camera runs out. My main one runs out of room. That's 250 gig on that one. This one on my head's only got about 20 minutes left, something like that, I think, and that'll be 250 gig done again. So it is half a terabyte. Half a terabyte just for an afternoon session, you know. Crikey. Right, here we go. I'm going to go just slightly along a bit. It's a little bit short, but I've got to be honest with you, it's not. It's where I put all the boilies, so up against the bank and just coming out from the bank a little bit. So it's not that far off from where I was, about 2 meters away from where I was the other day. And it's clear. I'm not in the weed there. That's the first. And spinning round again, get another view of the River Wye just before the end. I'm not giving up until that camera's empty and this one. So that one runs out of data and this one runs out of battery, my last battery. Gonna stick it to the end. It's quite chilly. I've actually got goosebumps again. My hairs are standing up on my arm. The things we do for YouTube, eh? God dear. Oh, I don't know. Don't think I can turn round. Ugh. Little dory. Had a couple of them in my time. Great little boats they are. Great harbour boats. A little bit wet when it's choppy. You get that bit of splashing up along the sides here and there, but good little boats. When they're new, when they're old like that, they're not so, they're pretty dangerous actually, but when they're new and for a few years on, they're actually pretty much unsinkable. Chop them up into little bits and it'll float where they it's got two skins on it, so the outer hull and the inner hull, and they fill the gap like insulation in a house. They've wall insulation, cavity wall. They do exactly the same sort of thing, but it's like an expandable foam type thing. So if it fell apart, you could just pick a chunk and float on it. But after a few years, you get the holes, you get the water going in, and it suddenly starts taking on all that water, and it will not release it properly. You can pull the bung out the back, and you get a drip here and there, but it will never dry. So as one time I went out, oh my gosh, 5 miles out, midnight in December I think it was, so freezing cold, couldn't put your hands in the water. I went out in a boat with two of my mates, and it's the one only time in my life I forgot to put the bloody bung in, didn't I? So we were out there. Of course it doesn't take water on when you're motoring because all the water's forced out, but as soon as you stop, that's when it starts filling your boat up. Well, we were fishing there for half an hour. My mate caught a conger over a wreck. This is pitch black, midnight, and he's fighting a conger, and I was looking around thinking, that water's getting high, isn't it? And I looked, and it was only about that far off the gunnels. So it was a case of panic. What have I done? Shit, the plug's in. Couldn't put the plug in because the water was so cold. As soon as you put your hand in, it was too painful, and you lost the feeling in your hands. It pretty much within a few seconds, so you couldn't tighten up the bung. So in the end, I said, like, quick, anchor up, get back in, and literally we just made it in, to be honest with you. Been rescued 3 times by the RNLI. Me personally, my mate's been rescued, two of my mates have been rescued once each, maybe twice for one of them, maybe. One of them, well, 2 of those were proper jobs. My mate was sat on the tip of his boat, which was, the boat had sunk, and all that was left was an air pocket that was keeping the bow, just the tip of the bow up. Him and his mate were sat on top of the bow in the middle of the Solent, drifting out to sea, and a yacht saw them in the end, and they called the lifeguard and everything like that and rescued them. My other mate fell out his dinghy getting in his yacht, drifted out the harbour entrance, turned left and went all the way alongside of Hayling Island, and they picked him up out of the water somewhere around Chichester Harbour, I think. So between the 3 of us, we like the RNLI a lot. So yeah, and it was lucky he was in a dory, because that was the only thing that kept him alive, really. I mean, the dory nearly killed him. It was doing sort of 20 knots or whatever on the plane, and that's your dory. There's the boat like that going along like that. Well, it split across there, so it ended up becoming a huge scoop. So and it just sunk, poof, instantly sunk. Just went like that. He had his waders on and everything. So he does a lot of diving, scuba diving. He did a lot of scuba diving then as well. So he was amazing underwater. So he literally had to sink himself. He was sinking, trying to get his waders off underwater, but he had enough lung capacity to be able to get back to the surface once he got his waders off. So he didn't have to, he shouldn't have been wearing waders in the first place, but he didn't have time to even react. It just instantly happened, you know. So the boats are safe for a while, you know, then they start taking on water like a sponge. It's got to be getting to the end of that camera now. I would, like I say, I would carry on, but I don't have any extra batteries. I've used all 5 batteries today. The first trip of this week, I had to get rid of 3 batteries because they'd all blown. They were the GoPro, the blue ones, but they'd all blown. They'd all got swollen up where they got so hot over the time. So I had to bin them. So I ended up, I've only got 5 batteries. So normally I'd have 7 or 8. So it's a bit of a problem, to say the least. I need to get some more. I've just seen a fish roll right over the top of my bait. Just seen a fish roll right over the top of my bait. There it is again, just the back of it. Just, that might not have been it actually, but the other one was. There was definitely something right over the top of my bait. Oh, that could be a bream though, couldn't it? If it's rolling like that. Ugh. Yuck. Right, let me check what we got left on here. Oh, naught. Well, I'm on my last minute of this video here. Okay. Oh, there it goes. And that was the end of that camera. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, sorry about that. Head cam only from now on. It is what it is. What have we got left on this camera? Yeah, okay, got about 20 minutes left on here. This is okay. This will work out okay. I've got 20 minutes to catch a fish. And the last minute is when I say my goodbyes, but if I time that right, it'll be a miracle. I'll end up having to narrate it at the end to say my goodbyes and my thank yous, you know. Don't forget to hit that like, please, like that. Just with your thumb, got your phone, look, oh, hang on. I can do it. Hang on. There we go, I've done it. Look at that, I hit the like button. It's amazing, isn't it? Really helps the channel. Really helps the channel. Every YouTuber needs likes, you know. And it's not a thing for themselves, it's a thing for the channel, because that's how the channel, that's how YouTube works, you know. It's not run by humans, it's run by artificial intelligence and software, you know, algorithms and stuff. So when videos get a lot of likes, they get put up into your recommendations for everybody. So you just get more views in that sense, you know, which is always a good thing. So it's a healthy thing to do to keep your channel going. But it's such a simple thing to do. If you don't mind hitting it, that would be great. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hit the notification bell if you're really keen. You can hit the notification bell. I don't post that many videos, so it's not as if you're going to be destroyed with God knows how many videos of this, that and the other. So I do keep it to as minimalistic as possible. So oh, I can smell a barbecue now. That's really not helping. Oh, that 20 minutes left on the old SD card battery thing. It might turn into 5 minutes and I'm off because I've just smelt that. That's oh, blimey, that does smell nice. It smells like sausages. Oh, they made it back. Haven't crashed into anything yet. Hehe. Some people going off somewhere. Look at that. Wonder where they're off to. Please don't flush. Please don't flush. Okay, check that bait. Yeah, pace is gone, that's okay. Not worried about that, that's the whole point of it. Let's have that round the hook. It's enough for the hook bait. My hands are cold, can you believe it? I'm really chilly at the moment. The sun's gone in, it's getting late. I can barely squeeze that ball. I'm not cold personally, just my hands at the moment. Hands and arms are freezing. I have got a little throw I can put on if I need to, but I don't think there's any point now. What time we got left? Got plenty more free fishing coming up as well. I've got three spots that are coming up. One with really good blue badge fishing just below a sort of Weir area, which it looks quite nice, up towards Staines a bit further, Staines Bridge I should say. Not all the way up there, but it's getting there, you know. There's a couple of others up that way as well. There's another little spot I want to do, sort of, where is it? It's up, where was it? Oh, light. It's not the Towpath, but it's similar to the Towpath. It's up that sort of way, which is sort of Layham Way, up that area again. So I definitely want to have a look up there, do some videoing of that for you, get to see some more free fishing spots. If you're on holiday here, or if you're coming on holiday, if you're watching this and you're from another country, you know, just check my channel out, go into my, click the picture of me holding the barbel, my little tile that I've got my thumbnail of me, click on that, take me to my channel, ignore everything and just look for playlists, and there's a section there on the playlist, free fishing, parking. Have a look on there. You won't need to do any research, just look at that, decide what you want to take, what you want to bring, arrive and fish for free. Places just like this, you know, and much quieter, some real tucked away little spots as well here and there. So if you're on holiday here visiting, or you've just moved here, you know, or your nippers, that's the other thing, if your nippers getting into fishing, you know, that type of thing, then you can check out the safer areas to fish and the places that have toilets, like Walton on Thames, a few other little spots that have the odd toilet hand accessible, which is always good when you got nippers. So I would definitely check that out if you're coming this way. Bit too far. Yeah, I reckon I just clipped the edge of that. Oh, I think that might be okay. Oh, that was close. Whoa, right. Put that in the hole quick. That wasn't half bad. I think I felt a little clip as it went in, but I think I might have just tipped the edge of it, you know. So let's see. My last cast this is, everybody, by the way. Please, I want to catch a fish for you. I really want to catch a fish. I want you to see the Thames at its best. And that isn't today for me. God, you know, I'm really disappointed with the Thames the last month. It's just with these water levels that have been so low and the heat and that, it really scuppered my plans. Every year, every time I go away with my other half, every time, it's no, honestly, it's every single time, we have the hottest day or the hottest week of the summer that whole year. Well, I've been away twice this year and I've had the hottest day, well, the hottest week, and I'm at the back end of that now. So just the timing's incredible. I guarantee you, if I turned up today, because the weather's cooling down a bit, 23, 24 degrees, there might be a bit of rain coming, that type of thing, I reckon in the next week the Thames will probably fish really well. Oh dear. Just my luck. The problem is I'm not local, so I can't pick the weather when I go. I have to sort of book the campsite and hope for the best. So that is what it is, I suppose. But when I get it right, when it goes well, it's amazing here. It's just a letdown these last... It's been hard, that's all I can say. It's just been hard. It's a real letdown. I was hoping for more. There was a lot of preparation in it, a lot of thinking about it, a lot of money involved as well, you know, with the travel and the camping and the bait. No, that's 10-12 quid for the week, so I'm not worried about that. Free fishing, parking, don't need money for that. So it's really the travel expenses, the camping and the eating a bit, you know. Sometimes you have to eat out a little bit, get takeaways here and there when you're too knackered or whatever. You know, so, and of course then there's the treats, taking the better half out to the pub or something like that, which is a nice thing, and I'm not going to moan about that at all. Not that I'm moaning about any of it. So in the comments, if you don't mind, would you please just put in what you like and what you don't like? God, that's a dangerous question to ask online, isn't it? But tell me what's missing out of my channel, what you would like to see when I'm belly boating. I would absolutely love to know. You know, what would you like to see that's different? Would you like me to talk less? Because I babble. I just constantly babble. I know I do. I talk a load of rubbish most of the time, but you know, that's me, that's what I do. So I'm not going to change, but within reason. But in editing and stuff, if you'd like me to make my videos shorter, more just, you know, whatever, anything, tell me. Different angles, camera angles. I've got a drone, I've got a Mini 4 Pro, DJI Mini 4 Pro, but I can't use it here because of the flight path. So you've got helicopters that follow the line of the Thames. Literally their flight line is the Thames, and they're sometimes only, what, they can't be more than 100 metres above, 150 metres above the ground, something like that, so maybe 200 metres. Big Chinooks coming over, all sorts of rich people in their helicopters and stuff, and Uber and all of this. And I'd love to do that because I can get nearly 2 hours fishing with the drone, just off the drone footage. So I could have it hovering and just follow me around and fishing like that, you know. I mean, that would be lovely, wouldn't it, to see that? But if there's anything that's you think's missing on my channel, please tell me in the comments. I'm always up for a bit of constructive criticism. Yeah, constructive, as long as it's constructive. If it isn't, it gets deleted. Bosh, done. Because I don't do that. So, but anything you can sort of, any suggestions, please let me know. Is there any parts of the River Thames you'd like me to fish in the belly boat? That's a good one. In the comments, just comment below, tell me where you want to go, give me a rough address and I'll find it, and I'll do my damnedest to try and do them, you know. And if you've got any tactics you'd like me to try, you know, maybe tactics that you do, that you use and that have been successful. I know it's always difficult with angling because everybody has their own opinions on things, and you know, on its day, especially because it's fishing, on its day it's not guarantee anything. So sometimes it could be the method that's working, sometimes it could just be that you know exactly where to cast, you know. So anything, just, you know, anything you like. If you know of any other free spots that I haven't covered, if you know of any free spots around the country that's half decent fishing, you know, and is free, put it in the comments for us and I'll see what I can do, because I want to expand my playlist there on that type of thing. So there's not a lot of free fishing around the country, I know, but I don't want it to be in a city. I'm not into that, into inner city fishing, you know, because in a belly boat like this I'll probably get knifed or something. No, my luck, something will happen. So I'd much rather it be sort of a little bit quieter if possible. But if you can think of anywhere, in the comments, lovely. Come on, just the one, Just want that rod tip just to pull round really hard. It's the real scream off, even if I don't land it. Just want to see a gold flash, just a gold flash. That would be lovely. Nice. Well, that'd kill me actually. If I lost a carp or a barbel, to be honest with you, I'd hate it, but you know. I don't really want to put a snotty bream up on my actually, the snotty bream was the first half of this day's video actually, so where I've blanked. No, caught a roach, foul hooked a roach, excuse me. Yeah. So obviously my main panoramic camera up here, the big wide angle view battery, the parakeets again, all green this time. Sorry, getting sidetracked. The I take all my sound from that, you see, I've got a microphone on my chest, little Rode Pro microphone, and that's linked to my main camera, but of course the SD card's full and it's stopped filming, so I'm now running just on my head cam. So I'm trying to keep the wind behind me a bit, because you'll get some wind noise now, which is really annoying, but just my luck again. There's always something that has to get in the way, isn't there? But I do apologise about the wind noise if there is any at the moment. It's quite windy here, but we're in a little bit of a sheltered spot, so there might be the odd gust that you can hear, or it might be terrible. I won't know till I get home and look at the footage, but it'll only be this last bit since I turned the main camera off. But I really do hope it's not too much of a problem for you. Oh, the campsite that I'm staying at, by the way, Apps Court, is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, a couple of miles downstream. Not very far. In fact, it's quite not very far at all by river, but by road you've got to go out just a little bit into town and out. But Apps Court, lovely spot, big campsite. They're not open all year for camping. They've turned more into a big venue. They've really changed quite a lot for the big venues. So they've taken on these big companies that do these big do's, huge do's. So they sort of shut it down for camping, which is a shame. It is a shame, because it's a lovely spot, but it's never really that busy for camping. That's why I like it, because it's so quiet there, you know. Staff are lovely, front of house absolutely amazing people, good facilities. It's a busy place though. They have huge car boots, they have massive venues, big. They've got like a 80s 90s soul type of night or something coming up. I don't know if it's soul, funk and groove or something like that, I'm not too sure, but big thing like that. They were having like up to 10,000 people a day or something for the Euros, when the Euros was on. So they'd watch with big screens, that type of thing, and there'll be like thousands and thousands of people all watching it together, all watching England lose again, as per usual, and everybody around the world loving the fact that we lose, which is nice. Yeah, no comment there. Well, it looks to me, I better check my battery. Oh wow. Well, sorry about that, the battery run out just as I was saying it, so I was going to say, right, I'm going to up sticks and go. So yeah, okay, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe, notifications. If you hit the notifications, it'll show you on YouTube when I'm posting new videos. Thank you very much for watching. I'll just do a quick trip in. I'll put the camera down low so you can see the water line. It looks quite nice. I've got about 2 minutes left on this. I was wrong last time, it ran out instantly when I was talking, when I said I had 6. But thank you very much for watching. I'll be back here again soon. I've got 3 or 4 or 5 in the pot ready to go videos, so we should be good for a month or 2. Yes, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.